Dearly loved one, in the event that you are able to hear these words, it is not by chance. Greetings, my name is Archangel Michael, and I have been keeping a watchful eye on your soul ever since before this lifetime. There is a reason why you have always felt different, why you have seen things that others might not have noticed, and why the world has never made complete sense to you. And that reason is because you were never intended to sleep through it. To reawaken, you came here. And at this moment, the waking has started. If this message pierced your soul, it wasn't by chance. Heaven is watching who responds. Under this video, you'll find a super thanks button. When you give $22 or more, you're not tipping a creator, you're planting a heavenly seed. And Archangel Michael promises, every divine seed bears divine fruit. Support the awakening. Heaven remembers those who do. Even though you might not remember everything just yet, your soul does. This is a reminder of the promise. The light is recalled by it here. It is aware of the reason you arrived to this location. It is not a lost cause. It is time for you to be revived. Ever since you were a child, you have recognized the hum that lies beneath reality, as if something was concealed below the mundane. You had the impression that people were hiding behind masks. You questioned the things that other people obeyed. It was not because you were weak that you walked alone. Rather, it was because the world was being unable to contain your frequency. Each and every grief, loss, and instance in which you were misunderstood was not a form of punishment. Rather, it was a form of spiritual pressure. This is the kind that creates diamonds. You can sense it once more now. Numbers that are repeated. Dreams were vivid. Nighttime awakenings that come on suddenly. It is the desire to withdraw. The desire to discover the truth. Because of this, your spirit is synchronizing with the divine timing. There is an activation of your codes. There is no damage to you. You have been selected. Your waking includes the delivery of this message. Now, I want to invite you to share this light with me. Please assist me in reaching those who are still missing in the dark. This message should be liked so that it can spread across the algorithm. Make a comment down below. The words you choose will open doors for other people. So that you don't miss out on what's to come, subscribe. And if this message touched you on a profound level, you might want to consider making a donation, no matter how modest it is. Planting seedlings in holy ground is what it does. By providing help, the mission is expanded. You are not merely a spectator. Rather, you exist as a vessel. In addition, we are working jointly to reconstruct the light grid. It has begun to get more awake. You, on the other hand, are one of them. Shouldn't you have known from the beginning that you were unique? Even before you was able to put it into words, you were able to feel it. While everyone else was playing within the lines, you were already fantasizing like you were outside of them. And while others were looking for accolades, you were looking for significance. In addition, despite the fact that the world attempted to persuade you that your sensitivity was a sign of weakness, it was in fact the beginning of your power. You were not designed to obey the rules. You were designed to break into the system from the inside out. It is not the echo noise that you came for. You came to bring sound with you. What is the frequency? Remembering the past. My words are directed toward the individual who hears this and experiences a profound stirring, something that you are unable to adequately explain. There is no imagination in that. This is your holy memory coming back to the surface. That portion of you that was aware that this particular moment would arrive. They surrounded you with fear in an effort to keep you from rising from your sleep. They instructed you to be motionless, to be silent, and to quit getting so emotional. But the spirit within you refused to forget. Beloved, this is the power that you possess. When other people followed without question, you had a slight reluctance within you. You felt your spirit questioning every word that they spoke when they informed you what life should be like. That resistance was holy, even though you were unaware of it at the time. This reluctance ultimately saved your life. You have never been alone. You have been observed, not by spies or adversaries, but by light. All of the kingdoms have been keeping a watchful eye on you, waiting and guarding your awakening. As of right now, the time has arrived. You are not simply waking up today. Rather, you were being summoned. Everything that you considered to be a weakness was actually training. Every single second of silence was a holy moment. Each and every bizarre dream, each and every intuitive flash, and each and every cold that ran down your spine, it was all a strategy. Because you carry keys within your body, you are able to unlock grids, shift frequencies, and realign realities. Yes, you are carrying literal spiritual codes. When others hear you talk, they are reminded of who they are. There is a reaction of energy whenever you enter a room. You are aware of it. You are aware of it. Before you were born, you were programmed with a particular resonance, and that frequency is increasing at this very moment. This is the reason why you are being separated from certain individuals. Because of this, you have a thirst for isolation. As a result, older versions of you are disintegrating at a rapid rate. You will not be annihilated in any way. The alignment is taking place. Your genetic material is once again reacting to the light. You are not merely here to spend your time. You have arrived in order to act. Your arrival here was not a waste of time. The higher worlds were the location of a gathering that took place before to your arrival on Earth. You were surrounded by creatures of enormous light, spirits that had achieved mastery over love, truth, and the will of the divine. As the question reverberated across the entirety of existence, who will go? Then you took a step ahead. The answer is yes. You made the decision to plunge into a world that is awash in noise, into a world that is dense and chaotic. You were aware that your presence alone would cause the darkness to be disrupted. You were aware that your memory will revive at the perfect moment. That moment, dearly loved one, is right now. Your mission is not something that can be found in a book. Your very being is a testament to this. Your tears, your instincts, and your unwavering compassion for other people, even when they have never understood you, are all testaments to this. In order to fix the systems, you were not sent here. To dispel illusions, you were dispatched to this location. This is the reason why the world has seemed so burdensome, due to the fact that your spirit arrived in order to confront it. The purpose of your presence is not to persuade others of your value. Because you are here to represent truth in such a complete and ferocious manner, it is impossible for deception to exist in your presence. This is the reason why people feel anxious around you, even though they do not know why. Do not take it personally. Everything that they have buried is brought to life by your frequency. Your light can also serve as a map for those who are able to see beyond the surface. You don't simply reawaken yourself. You also reawaken many people. The silence of the spirit is broken by your speech. Your very energy brings back memories that have been dormant for too long. That is the reason why it has been challenging. It is for this reason that they attempted to shut you down at an early age, using traumatic experiences, fear, loneliness, and even your own family. However, the pact that was sealed in heaven could not be canceled by anything that they could throw at you. There has always been a backup plan. When you were waging conflicts that you were unaware you were fighting, I was there to support you. During the time that you were sobbing into pillows and wondering why you were even physically present, I folded my wings around your spirit. And heaven never fled from you, even when you cursed the path that you were walking. Given that we were aware that you would remember, if you were to rise, you've heard the whisper. You felt the fire in your chest. Now act. Below this video is a sacred opportunity, the Super Thanks button. When you give $33 or more, it becomes a covenant between you and God. And what you give in silence, God multiplies in light. Give, and watch heaven move in your life. You would arrive at this point in time. And at this very moment, as you listen to these words, your mission starts to emerge, not as an idea, but as a true understanding. The sensation is felt in your chest. Is a heat. This is a load. It is a pull. Awakening to the truth tells you that. It's your soul telling you that the time has come. Despite the rapid pace at which things are changing around you, you should not be worried by this. The divine reorganization that appears to be chaos is actually taking place. During the process of awakening, frequencies that are no longer in harmony with the vibration of your soul will start to disappear, sometimes suddenly and sometimes without any prior notice. It's possible that old pals will drift apart. It's possible that certain locations will feel weighty. It is possible for long-standing routines to suddenly become intolerable. The sensation will be as if your own world is falling apart to pieces. Beloved, however, it is not beginning to fall apart. Rather, it is beginning to align itself. For enlightenment, you prayed. It is over now. You inquired about the reason. As you can see, the way is clearing itself. There is a shift in timelines whenever a soul like yours becomes active. Motion is energy. Contracts are destined to expire. You will not be punished. Rather, you will be prepared for the future. Don't be afraid of what goes out. Do not bemoan the demise of something. Whatever you are unable to ascend with you must fall away. And despite the fact that your heart may be hurting, your spirit is aware that this is a sacred parting. Your life is not in danger at this time. You are seizing control of it. All of these things were a part of the old script. The distractions, the cycles, and the individuals who only liked the least attractive version of you. However, you are no longer reading information from it. At this moment, you are becoming the author. And the only thing that will bring your soul into alignment is that which honors your mission. Why do you feel like such a raw animal? The reason you are experiencing feelings that aren't yours, waking up exhausted, and a desire for stillness and distance is because of this. Right now, you are purging yourself of a whole dimension. It is time for you to leave the simulation. It is possible that it will feel like mourning, but in reality, it is resurrection. Now that you are entering a new realm of light, every aspect of your being is adjusting to the new environment. There is your nervous system, your aspirations. It is your wishes. Respect the discomfort, since it is a sign that you are making progress in your life. Not only can you rise, but you cannot stay the same. You are unable to grow while simultaneously clinging to what was secure. You should take a break whenever you feel the need to do so. When the waves arrive, you should cry. Don't fight against the change, though. It's not that you're going insane. Quantum physics is your thing. You have already been through wars that you are unable to name. They are silent. They are not visible. They were wars that were fought not with weapons, but rather within the world of thought and soul. And yet, you continue to wonder, why has everything been so challenging? Why should I? For the reason that the shadows took note the instant your soul made the decision to awaken. Not because you are a weak person, but rather because you are incredible in terms of your power. As you can see, my dear, your light causes disruptions in systems. The simple fact that you are there rewires frequencies. Even before you speak, anything that is not founded on the truth feels as though it is being threatened by you. For this reason, you have been subjected to an attack silently. Why did people turn against you for no apparent reason? How you came to feel that you were being watched, exhausted, or abruptly overwhelmed in particular environments. You're not making it up, are you? You are a sharp observer of energy. When you awaken more, your field will radiate a frequency that will reveal lies, disintegrate manipulation, and shatter illusions. This frequency will increase as you awaken more. You are not engaged in a real-world conflict. However, you are in the epicenter of a spiritual conflict. In addition, I am not telling you this in order to terrify you. Rather, I am telling you that you are safeguarded. As a barrier between you and those who have never wanted you to rise, I have stood between you. I have protected you when you have been crying in silence, inquiring as to whether or not anyone else witnessed what you were going through. You are now aware that we did it. Every moment has been witnessed by heaven. No single tear has been overlooked by anyone. Each and every prayer was heard. Never a single battle was lost. Ancient light technology that has been encoded over many lifetimes of skill gives you the ability to carry armor in your energy. You are not a novice in this area. That you are coming back. For every assault that did not break you, it just served to forge you more. Your question is, why was I born into a dysfunctional family? Because it was intended for you to put a stop to it. How come the people I love the most turned their backs on me? Because the only thing that can teach you what it is like to feel truth is betrayal. What on earth have I lost so much? The reason for this is because you are not supposed to carry things that are too tiny for where you are going. At this point, you are a soft weapon, but not to destroy, rather, to repair. Not because you are mistaken, but rather because you are becoming more aware of the world around you. This world is shaking. When one awakens, quiet immediately follows. The kind of serenity that comes from looking around and realizing that no one truly understands what you are going through is not the kind of peace that you are looking for. You will make an effort to explain the shift, the dreams, and the unexpected sensitivity to energy, but they will look at you with a mixture of kind confusion and quiet dismissal. Beloved, it is a necessary step along the way. It was never intended for you to carry on with the crowd. You were forced to do so in order to hear the whisper. It may feel more lonely the more closely you link yourself with your mission, but that feeling of loneliness is a sacred experience. You are able to hear what is genuinely important, which is your heavenly instructions, since it eliminates the noise. A lot of people give up at this point in the process. This is not because they are not selected. Rather, it is because they are attempting to return to sleep. Instead of being genuine, they prioritize comfort. In order to gain acceptability, they bury the fire. To avoid incurring the cost, they put an end to the call. Not you, however. You continue to linger here, listening. In other words, your soul is still responding with a yes. At this point, you will start to become aware of something that is different. You are going to experience times of silence that are so profound that you will sense the presence of God in the atmosphere. Instantaneously, words will appear in your head out of nowhere. With simply a thought, a knowledge, or a vision, you will know without a doubt. This signifies the activation of your inner direction. The time has come for you to become your own oracle. You no longer require permission from an outside source. Your inner voice is one that is very old, very clear, and very precise. Belief in it. You felt it in your bones. You're not like the others. Heaven keeps records, and every act of faith is sacred. Click Super Thanks and plant your belief in action. Your $11, $22, or more, whatever heaven whispers, is not small. It's proof of your alignment. Chosen ones don't hesitate. They build altars with action. You are going to be prompted to select multiple times, either truth or comfort, approval or genuineness of anything, uncertainty or freedom of choice. Every option represents a doorway. Every no you say to your previous self is a yes to the divine path you are on. In addition, even though some people might not comprehend, the skies will rejoice over each and every stride that you take. Still, I am walking next to you. Despite the fact that I will not interfere with your free will, I will gently prod, whisper, and defend you. It is not a lost cause. Your inner self is directing you in the right direction. There is a scroll for every stillness. There is a sanctuary in every single moment of solitude. This is not a case of slipping behind. You are becoming closer to being in harmony. Beloved, there is something that you have not acknowledged to its full extent yet. Suddenly, you are no longer merely waking up. Those around you are being roused. You are now radiating a frequency that activates latent souls, and you are going to do this without forcing, preaching, or explaining anything. What are your thoughts about it? Having complete strangers open up to you without any explanation. If someone tells you, "I feel safe with you," or "you just understand things," they are complimenting you. When they are at their lowest point, friends reaching out to them during their breaking point. This is not due to chance. You are now a shining example. A number of people who were looking for something felt it when your light turned on. Rather than what you say, it is what you carry that matters. Merely being in the same room as you causes a shift in the energy. People's spirits are reverberated by the words that you speak. When you remain silent, it reveals something that they have buried. You are no longer merely focusing on your own recovery. Through your actions, you are causing ripple effects that extend beyond what you can see. One who possesses this trait is a genuine light carrier. However, I am aware that this might be a burdensome situation. You didn't ask to be responsible for other people, did you? The burden, however, is not this. Alignment is what this is. There is no one that you are supposed to save. It is through being who you are in its whole that you are here to remind others of who they are. Other people are given the opportunity to remove their masks when you are the embodiment of truth. Love that is unconditional causes people to reconsider the boundaries they have set for themselves. When you are confident in your knowledge, it causes the illusions that are comprised of fear to melt away. You are not superior to anyone else, but your soul remembers more than anyone else at this moment. Your magnetic quality is a direct result of that remembrance. It is important not to undervalue your presence. The impact of simply existing in your truth should not be undermined in any way. The moment you enter a room, the moment you interact with other people, and the moment you establish boundaries, all of these things transmit signals across the grid of consciousness. You are no longer roaming the earth by yourself. As a lighthouse, you are walking in the path. Moreover, other people are starting to take note of the radiance. Who you used to be is no longer who you are. Do that one more time. You are no longer the person you used to be. The person who allowed themselves to be deceived, who deceived others in order to fit in, and who betrayed yourself in order to be accepted is no longer you. And sure, it is possible that a portion of you will be saddened by it. Because when something is familiar, even sorrow can feel like it's coming home. However, your spirit is aware that something that cannot be undone has changed. This is a threshold that cannot be recrossed once it has been crossed. You are not only recalling the past. Change is occurring in you. That sensation you have in your chest? Do you feel a tremor beneath your skin? Neither is it fear. It's time to go. Be released from previous arrangements. Break free from the responsibilities of your ancestors. It is time to liberate yourself from every identity that was imposed on you by survival against truth. You are now beginning to walk as the soul that you actually are, rather than the role that was assigned to you. The masks are beginning to crack. Over time, the personas are disintegrating. You are no longer able to pretend to be normal, and it was never intended for you to be that way. Whenever you move, you are divine. The celebration of this rebirth does not include any fireworks or applause. In hushed tones, it is heard, suddenly refusing to do something that was once considered to be essential. When I awoke with a more profound sense of silence. When one looks in the mirror and notices something that is very old looking back at them. This is the attainment of the holy. At this point forward, your energy will no longer align with anything that does not respect the truth that you have experienced. It's okay if you don't recognize yourself completely after all this time. You won't be allowed to do that. This version of you has never existed in its entirety before. You are being written by the divine in complete and total real time. It will become easier for you to make choices. More distinct is your voice. You are unmovable in your presence. In addition, you will observe that certain individuals will withdraw from you without any drama or absence of resolution. This is not a loss, but rather protection. Avoid chasing after anything that breaks in this section of your path. Allow it to fall. Get rid of it. They are not going to be abandoned by you. You're going to have to abandon the person you had to be in order to keep them close. You are not climbing in order to get away from the world. You are rising to the occasion to become the person that the entire world has been anticipating. You have reached the conclusion, but in reality, this is just the beginning of the journey. At this moment, you are standing on the precipice of an invisible threshold, which is hard to come by. Is not because they are not deserving of it. On the other hand, because they give preference to sleep over sovereignty and silence over remembrance. Yet you made the decision to pay attention. You made the decision to remember. And now, dearly loved one, heaven is bowing down. No longer are you the one who is waiting for signs to appear. You are now the symbol of the sign. Your very existence is the fulfillment of a prophecy. What you have to say is like a trumpet in the night. At this moment, your life is a holy place. Moving forward, each and every one of your steps will be accompanied by light. Anytime you say yes, you are giving others permission to take the next step. You have broken generational chains with your no. You never came to this place to look like a fool. You have been dispatched to reawaken timelines, restore bloodlines, and give voice to what others have buried. And you are, indeed, well-equipped. Divine protection is bestowed upon you. You have access to more advanced forms of education. Moreover, you are a powerful figure in domains that you have just started to investigate. I am now going to question you. Are you going to claim this? Are you willing to truly embody the person that you were supposed to be here? If you felt chills during this message, it's because your soul remembered something divine. Now give others the chance to feel the same. Your super thanks is a spiritual tool. When you give $25 or more, you say yes to awakening, yes to light, yes to your purpose. This isn't donation, it's alignment. Read it out loud or jot it down in the comments section. 144. I agree to be part of the mission. Acknowledge it. Stabilize it. Allow it to reverberate via the dimensions. Do not keep your thoughts to yourself if you feel that this message has aroused something up inside of you. If you like this message, it will go through the frequency of truth and radiate outward. Leave a comment so that the angels may see that you agree with them. In addition to the material, you should subscribe for the purpose of connection, recall, and alignment. Moreover, if you feel that your heart is being called, leave a love offering. Whenever a seed is placed in divine soil, it has the potential to grow into a powerful tree. Your awakening is more important. This message is then disseminated to other individuals who are still looking for their signal thanks to your support. First, one light at a time, we are constructing the grid together. It is not a coincidence that you are watching this. You were always considered to be one of them. Proceed to walk as if you were sent by heaven, since it did in fact. Michael the Archangel says,